round two with going live on Instagram. See if anybody comes on tonight before I shut things down, because I am done. But it has been a good day. It's been a good week. Somewhat productive, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Tomorrow's a new day. Getting ready to shut down the engines and all that good stuff. But I figured before I start shutting everything down, I'll see what's going on with my Instagram people and call it a day. See if they're out there. Where you at? Shut this computer down. Like I said, I'm still learning the gold standard GS trade partners and whatnot, because I already make money off of cryptocurrency, so now I'm just trying to figure out, how I can, create my little cryptocurrency investment team, just like I had my gold investment team when I was with Karatbars and whatnot. Now I've just transitioned to gold and the cryptocurrency. So, one thing about me, I'm always talking about how I can save and invest, how I can make money moves, and cryptocurrency is a way for me to make money moves. So, let's see, is anybody coming in tonight? If not, I am going to call it a night again. See what the deal is. But anyways, see where my folks is at. I'm about to shut it down for the night. So, on that note, see if anybody's coming in. But hey, hopefully y'all had a good week, Like I said, it's been a crazy, crazy week, but we made it through. Trying to get some good words of wisdom and whatnot, and make sure everybody's staying safe out there nowadays, because when the presidential inauguration happens, it's going to get crazy out here. People don't realize that, So I'm glad the National Guard and more law enforcement are in D.C. now. But it's like I said, I just have a funny feeling that things are going to get a little crazier. Talking about another strain of COVID coming out and about and whatnot. So, and now the question is, with wintertime somewhat being in full effect, will we actually go back into lockdown like we were back in March? Will there be a federal mandate to make states, lock down and whatnot like we did last time? That is the question. I know it's different case by case, and I'm not making any assumptions or whatnot. But like I said, it is it's definitely on my mind. 2021. Look at the upside. People might be getting some more stimulus money. So if you are fortunate to still have a job or whatnot, my recommendation is to save as much as possible and invest as much as possible. But obviously do your own homework, because I'm not a financial professional. So that's all I can say about that. I know what I'm doing. I'm buying stocks. I'm buying cryptocurrency. Waiting for the next, for the next tax lien auction to come up and then see what the deal is. So, as you see, I'm putting my setup away now. But figured I'd multitask, do something productive. See if anybody comes on. Yeah, if nobody comes on, I usually don't keep the video on Instagram or whatnot, because I'm really going live because I want to engage with people, but I know folks are busy. So, like I said, I'm making a habit of doing this more often and, calling it a day on that one. Let me put this away. But hey, like I said, I know that Instagram's still trying to let folks know that I'm live. What's up, Max? guess my dog wants to chill with me. I was like, hey, man, what you doing? So yeah. So where's my people at? Telling me a Max. Where y'all at? Instagram folks. That's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Where are my Instagram peoples at? Yeah, he's like, yeah. Yeah, all right. I want to call it a night. Hang on, we're telling people you're there. How's my brother Troy? What's up, brother? Brother from another mother. Me and Troy Scott go back like 2 flats on a Cadillac. You know, he's out there in good old Kentucky. You know. How you doing, brother? How you and the family? He said, where's my stimulus? Stimulus, man. He's holding us up. Your boy Mitch McConnell, man. I was like, where's my money at? You know? That's what I'm mad about. I was like, hey, he's holding us up. I'm doing good, man. I'm alive and well, man. That's all I can say. I'm alive and well. You know, big news in 2021. You know, things work out the way I wanted, heading west, and I'm happy about it, brother. So finally, getting out of good old Woodbridge. You know, good old Woodbridge. So it's finally, the day's finally come. But if not, I know I can still go either way. So, how about yourself, man? How's everything going on? Hey, man, join the conversation, man. I try to, you know how to. Yeah, I got the job offer. Yeah, let me know if you're able to join, man. So we can talk. But yeah, I got the job offer and whatnot. I'm just waiting on the start date. So, but yeah, for the most part, it looks like we're going to Cali. What's up, black man?
I'm not coming to VA until y'all act right. I'm not doing it.
What do you mean, y'all, man? Your people came down here. Shoot.
Y'all wearing mandatory outfits and Thor and Captain America outfits, and y'all waving flags and putting y'all feet up on Pelosi's desk. I don't want no smoke. I'm not doing it.
Man, please. All them jokers came from Michigan, Utah, Arizona, Pennsylvania, you know. But you notice, it's like my brother Chris pointed out, you notice they didn't go to Southeast D.C., right?
No, they didn't. They didn't want that kind of trouble.
Yeah. It's like they went to the place where they knew that there was some, you know, rules and regulations and whatnot. So, but it's crazy, man. Like, what was it? When I was going home from work that day, I saw the armored tanks and everything. I said, "Oh, National Guard is going to D.C."
Nah, that's too much for me.
Man, it's what do you think about all this, man? I mean, when you first saw it, what did you and your wife think about all this, man?
Well, my wife, she just shook her head and she didn't believe it at first, but it's amazing how the other party didn't care about blue lives when they went up in that Capitol building. They went up in that government building. It was like, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. Why y'all switching sides?
Exactly.
I switched to Blue Lives Matter when they walked up in there too. I was like, God, hold on.
Exactly. It's like, you know, I mean, I felt bad for the police, man. I mean, the fact that they bum rushed them to get up in there, man, I felt bad.
Yeah.
For them. I'm just like, this is ridiculous, brother. You know?
That's why I was sitting there. I was like, well, hold on. They climbing walls and they sitting there talking about this. They cheated, and I was like, Well, how did they cheat? I was like, they voted. They
voted.
knew what was
I know
going.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
They voted.
But hey,
I mean, when you remember 4 years ago, there was a lot of protests, at the Trump inauguration, right? And some people got crazy, and some people actually did do some rioting or whatnot. They what is it? They defaced some business buildings and whatnot. So that was wrong at the end of the day. But this, it's like some third world country stuff. Like you used to seeing something like this in Venezuela, or Colombia, or somewhere in Asia, Africa, something like that. But for this,
they walked into the Capitol untouched. They didn't pat them down. They didn't. I hate to focus on the small stuff, but it's just like, well, people may feel like it's small stuff, but they just walked in the Capitol like, I'm comfortable.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna get shot, Like, come on, man. We grew up in the DMV area. We know what it is. When you go to DC, you don't disrespect those Capitol buildings, one. And two, usually if you try to go up into any government building, it unannounced like that, it's usually not going to work out in your favor. But the crazy thing is, I found out that's how that woman died. She got killed because I guess where the Congress people were at, they said that they were in an area where the Capitol Police were told, look, if anybody comes through these doors, you shoot to kill. And, I felt bad. I don't want to wish death on anybody, but, you go looking for a fight, the consequences, because a cop died, it's sad. He just died today.
I have no idea, man. I go by what I see. I go by the whole, Kaepernick kneels, that's disrespectful, but then these guys come in, they spray painted American flags on their body. They got, they walked in there, Kaepernick was desecrating the flag, but they go in there and they mess up a government building. And but here's the thing though, El, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by what I saw. It sounds bad, but
I mean, after the last year, I'm not surprised either, to be honest with you, bro. I mean, you saw the protests that happened last year because of the crazy things between Breonna Taylor, between George Floyd, and countless others. And, you saw, in a sense, the nation come together. I don't know if there was protests, but I know there was protests where you live at in Kentucky, but, you saw the nation come together, and then you saw this happen. It's just like, and it wasn't just that. You remember they tried to kidnap a governor, which was crazy. I think that same day they stormed the Capitol. They tried to storm capitals in other states, like the state of Washington and things of that nature. So it's getting real out here. It's like we really live in a society where you don't want to leave a house like that unless you have to. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you're scared. It's just like, you got to really be on guard, no matter. I don't care where you live at. You live in a nice neighborhood. You got to be on guard.
I get it. I mean, but peaceful protest versus what I saw. I didn't see a peaceful protest. I saw anarchy.
You're right.
I saw anarchy.
There was nothing peaceful about that protest. They went there looking for a fight.
And, and it's not against anybody who's against blue lives or against black lives or whatever, but this is over a vote, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is that. What was it that you wanted? What did you expect? From both sides, what did you expect?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because it's just most of the people that I know that were protesting against the national anthem.
Right.
If they saw us do that, not to sound funny, the man walked in there with a Manator outfit, LJ. A Manator outfit.
Apparently, this outfit is supposed to display whatever cult or group that he's with. It's supposed to display something in regards to his. It's supposed. He's like it puts him up at a high tier. You were in the military. It's like he was a colonel or whatnot of his organization. I don't know.
I don't know,
he looked
man.
like a fool, like he was on meth or something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, and to be honest with you, I just look at it as, you know, he lost. He didn't win the election. I mean, a lot of people were outraged that Trump won the election. I mean, people still spoke what they said. You know, they still gave their view on it, but we didn't storm the gates or anything like that. It wasn't nothing to the point where we were like, yo, you know, we were mad over things that happened in the community, like Rihanna, Floyd, and you know, Ahmaud Arbery, you know, killed for jogging, like And then, you know, when you scream Black Lives Matter, everybody feels as though like it's a racist statement, and then it's like it's nothing like that. Like, you know, we don't hate other people. We just trying to tell you. I don't know. This it's been said millions of times. People gonna feel the way they feel, and
I mean, it's just one of those. It is what it is. But you were saying, my bad.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I mean, I'm saying some things that it's already been said. It's what it is. It's what we saw on TV was uncalled for.
It was
really uncalled for.
Mm-hmm. And the saddest thing is, it's like it's disrespected. It basically disrespects our government. It disrespects the lives that have been lost to keep this country what it is. You know, it disrespects military service. It disrespects law enforcement. You put the lives in jeopardy of congressional and senators, congresspeople and senators, you know, and then the fact that a cop had to die and a woman had to die. You know, it's one thing to agree to disagree, and to not, you know, like you and I can disagree on something, but we don't have to try to hurt each other just because we don't agree on something.
Exactly.
And it's not the end of the, you know, here's one thing I can say. When Trump won in 2016, the media tried to make it seem like it was the end of the world, but it really wasn't. Okay? Joe Biden won the election. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. No, it's
like,
not.
Come on, man. It's like, it's not the end of the world. A lot of people thought it was the end of the world when Obama won. It wasn't the end of the world. I don't know why people get so freaking get their emotions so tied into politics like that. You don't even make a living off of politics. That's the thing that blows me.
And that's the part that kills me. That's why I made a statement on Facebook. I said, I don't care who wins. I just want my damn stimulus check. And it may sound ignorant, but the thing is, these government officials, they make more than I do. They get to sit down in a chair and make decisions on things that don't really affect me. But, you know, when you say you about to give me $2,000 or whatever, okay, well, let's talk. Like, y'all got 6 figures and 7 figures. I don't have that. I got to work overtime to get that. I don't get that. Shit. You know, I love Barack, love Michelle. I wish the best for Trump and Melania, whatever. But at the end of the day, regardless of what they vote on, they gonna make more money than me. I got a family to take care of. You do whatever you need to. You know, and that's why I always give you praise. And you know, when I found out you was going to getting the LLC and deeds and whatever, that's why I was telling you, man. That's why I tip my hat off to you, because you ain't worried about the politics. You're not worried about who's doing this and doing that. You like, man, I'm about to go get my own business. I'm about to make my own money. I'm gonna mess around and I'm gonna be president and whatever. And that's why I say, man, I don't. That's why I say the politics. Everybody votes for who they vote for, but at the end of the day, you know, they don't produce my paycheck. I do. So
right, you do what you know. Hey, we're law-abiding citizens. We make our money, we pay our taxes. That's good enough. You know, let's just keep it simple. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was. You know, it's like I don't have enough time to be worried about watch CNN or Fox News 7 hours a day like a lot of people do and be glued to it every single second. I just can't do it. I don't have that kind of time. I think most reasonable adults don't. Okay, these people make a lot of money just to give you the news and whatnot. Like you said, they make more than you and me to give you the news and whatnot. Like you said, the only reason why I follow the Georgia election, because I don't live in Georgia, so I don't care. Is I was like, okay, if the Democrats get the Senate, guess what? That means I get my extra money. So now I'm like, okay, you guys got your power. Now give me my money.
Because like I said, El, they gonna get their retirement in the end. They gonna get that they gonna get that 500,000. I don't know the actual amount, but they gonna get that retirement. And I'm not getting that. I don't. You know, I hope. I wish nothing but the best for anybody. But the thing is, but as far as like, you know, praising a political figure or whatever, or anyone for that matter, I don't.
Exactly, and that's what it is, and that's what blows me when people do this. Because even when the crazy riots happened during the George Floyd time frame and whatnot, it's like I look at these people like, how do you guys have all this time to do all this nonsense? If you put an inkling of that energy into something constructive, I swear your whole life could change.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it, man. But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man.
No,
and you know,
I feel bad for Brianna. I feel bad for Ahmad. I feel bad for Tamir. All of them. I mean, the focus wasn't really on them. It was the people who focused on it was the people who cared, not to stray away from the politics. But I feel like politics didn't really try to sit down and say, hold on, something's wrong.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not just against Trump. It's against Trump, Barack, Pence, or whoever. Like, there was really no type of sit down to where it's just like something is wrong. Like, you know, it's kind of a trend.
Right.
And you know, another thing is what a lot of people don't know is the majority is black folks, but it's also white folks are getting hit too. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you said that because you know I was talking earlier today about this. You know, most of the major cities, the crime rate has gotten worse in the last year. Like COVID made the crime worse in New York, LA. What is it? Like people don't even feel safe in those cities anymore. You know, like they always try to talk about Chicago and whatnot, but most major cities, even in the Midwest, from Detroit, Chicago, or Cleveland, like more people are moving out to the country or the suburbs now because they don't even, you know, even in DC, you know, in Baltimore, it's gotten like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like COVID made it worse. You know, and maybe it's because people are broke, maybe people are not working, people got more time, you know, kids aren't in school. You know, it's just like that's like I said, a lot of things aren't being talked about for that specific reason. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's not.
You know,
and that's where my my dislike for politics go in, because a lot of the times when I see these elections or voted, me and my wife, we voted. I hadn't voted, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I have not voted since Barack. We voted. Even with voting, it's still like, you know, do they care about us? Or, and when I say about us, I mean like everyone that's in America working 9 to 5s, trying to get by, and you know.
I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, I think you have a good chunk that do care, but I mean, at most when you really feel it, at the end of the day, all politics is local. You know what I mean? So, because the local people are the ones that are going to advocate to the congressional people, to the senators and whatnot. The governor is going to, you know, because they like to get that federal money. Let's just call it what it is. You know, I don't care what party anybody is a part of. They like getting federal dollars. So, you know, that's what it is. I mean, their job is to really, at the end of the day, try to make sure they take care of what they need to take care of. Obviously, they're going to take care of the donors and whatnot, but they, you know, if they here's the thing: if they don't have jobs going to their state, it's bad. You know, like the number one state that's getting all the jobs right now is Texas. You know, like everybody and their mama's moving to Dallas or moving to Houston or they're moving to Austin. So
you're not lying, bro. I went to Lake Charles for the they had the disaster there,
right. Mm-hmm.
and we were in Texas, and the hotel that I was in, these guys were making like, I think they were making like 6 figures a year. You know, just controlling cranes and oil and it.
Yep.
You know, I mean, other than the Texas traffic, what can you really worry about? You know what I mean? Like,
not much. I mean, I actually like certain parts of Texas and whatnot. I mean, I don't see myself living there, but you know, it's not a bad state. But I get why people are moving there. It's cheaper. Well, at least for now, there's a prediction in the next 15 years, people ain't gonna be able to afford to live there because it's gonna be expensive. But and people are gonna start like moving to Oklahoma and Louisiana because people are gonna get priced out.
Well, see, I mean, I might be looking at it wrong, but even with the cost of living there,
right,
you still can get a job out there to where it can pay that.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
especially if you got a skilled trade, you can kill it. I don't care what part of it. As long as you're near the major city, you can kill it. You got a skilled trade. I got a buddy who, he's a plumber. He's killing it. That lives in Houston. Another buddy of mine lives in, lives in San Antonio, Chris. He's an IT guy. He's killing it. So it's like, if you, any skill, you got a skill set, you go to Texas, you're going to be able to get a job. No issue. Heck, you can probably even start your own business very easily. So, you know, like
I wouldn't doubt it.
The country's changed, man. It's like 2020. I don't think people realize the country's changed. And that crap that happened the other day at the Capitol, unfortunately, I think that's just like a wake-up call that why these people are angry, not just because of the presidential election, but because, you know, there's only like a handful of areas in the U.S. that are doing very well economically. It's like it's the DMV area. It's Texas, like Colorado and whatnot, maybe Washington State, but it's like a lot of other parts of the country, like they hurting real bad. Like, you know, like homeless population's going up. You know, the jobs aren't like that anymore. It's like I said, there's thousands of people that move to Texas every month for the last 2 years. Thousands. Yeah. If they ain't moving from the West Coast, they move from the Midwest or the East Coast.
I know at around when I came back from Iraq and I was talking to you and you was trying to get me to go out there to VA.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that they was trying to tell me, they said she's her and her husband, they were saying, hey, you should come out to Texas. Because I was in the military with him, and he was just like, you should come out to Texas. He said, Texas is like, and, you know, the thing was, I think I was more scared because I didn't really know the area like that.
Gotcha.
But I know a lot of people who aren't from Texas that are in Texas.
Yeah, they got a lot of transplants there, yeah.
Yeah. They said, man, I love it out here. And I'm like, well, what about the cost of living? He's like, cost of living is high, but, you know, I got this job. I make this, I make that, and whatever. My homeboy, he went here and he was making, he was a temp, and they hired him on since he did so good. They pay you for your hard work. And I was like, well, shoot. I would have gone into it, but, you know, at the time I was just kind of back and forth or whatever. And
right.
But, you know, on to what you were saying about Texas, yeah. You're right. Texas is the move. I mean, I got my homeboy that I used to rap with. He in San Antonio right now. He ain't leaving. I know he ain't leaving no time soon.
Oh yeah, San Antonio is like 10 times cheaper to live in compared to Houston or Dallas or Austin. So, you know, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice area. One thing I give the state of Texas, they do a good job of keeping their state clean. You know, like the neighborhoods are clean. They have, I mean, every city has a hood and whatnot, but it's just clean. People are mellow and chill. That's what I like about it. That's why I try to get down there at least once a year Like, I got a lot of friends that live down there now. It's like, I call them my escape. You know, even when because I'm moving to California in a couple of months. That's
no lie, L. No lie, L. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Me and my wife, we got 2 shows that we love. Because I'm a Marvel and DC fan.
Okay.
But when I'm not doing that, it's Big Bang Theory and Fixer Upper.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. Baby, what's their name on Fixer Upper? Either way. When I get a chunk of money, they going Joanne. Chip and Joanne. I love them. We're gonna knock down a house to the studs, and I'm gonna have them redo the whole thing. I swear. they got nice land out there.
They do, man. It's nice. You know.
I'm not really into reality TV shows like that, but me and Stephanie was like, you got to watch this. They about to turn this 1950s house into like a 2020 house or whatever. I'm like, man, like, I'm feeling that idea. No, I'm feeling it.
And it is beautiful out there. I mean, it has its issues like any other state, but it's just I like the palm trees and I like the mountains, and I just like the fact that you can drive 20 minutes and get away from everybody in the desert or whatnot. So
yeah. And it's a mixed population there too.
It's mixed population, very diverse and whatnot. I mean, it's like I said, the area I'm trying to live in is called Riverside. It reminds me of Woodbridge, except it looks better. So
that's what I was saying, because like it kind of mimics what we grew up at, because it wasn't just we had majority black folks, but it was we had Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, we had white, we had
Middle Easterners, Asians, we had everybody. I mean, that's the one thing I can say I like about growing up in the DMV area, is that you got a taste of everything. And then if you wanted to go see some, historical black figures, you could, by going to DC. You get that taste of the barbershop. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It can be like an episode of Barbershop and whatnot, or the movie and whatnot, Barbershop. So
yes, basically. And that's why I always tell a lot of people, because the whole thing is like, oh, you talk white, you talk black or whatever. And I always try to explain to people that I've been around so many cultures in the world that you don't just stick to one side of the world.
Exactly.
I guess the best example is just like, I don't just like Nas, Big, and Tupac. I like Kurt Cobain and I like Axl Rose. You feel what I'm saying? Because because we had those friends around us.
Exactly.
That, that basically expanded our horizons sometimes. So.
Oh yeah. And we grew up in an era where it was cool for rappers to make music with rock stars. It was normal. Like, we grew up during that time where you had Ice Cube making music with Korn. You had DMX making music with Limp Bizkit and Method Man making, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was normal. It was just normal. Yeah. We grew up during that time frame, the late 90s, early 2000s, where that, like Wu-Tang Clan went on tour with Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
We grew up during that time frame, man, where it was cool. And you and I growing up where we grew up at, it was cool because, this made us want to listen to that music even more so, broaden our perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's like, I've always, because I love my blackness and whatnot and learning about it and whatnot, but I like learning about other cultures too. And it's like you said, we got to see, by being around, it was like we were like a mixture of Friday and Saved by the Bell growing up.
Exactly. I mean, you can be in love with Nia Long and be in love with Kelly Kapowski at the same damn time. So it was normal then. And then if you remember the era, it was like it would jump, and then Jennifer Lopez would do a video. It's like, well, god dang, like, oh my god, like what's going on out here? Like, I remember, as a matter of fact, I was on Eminem, but that summer I spent with you and your mom, and we was riding around, and you was playing that Marshall Mathers LP.
Yep.
Man, when I left from VA and we went back to North Carolina, I went back to North Carolina, they was playing.
Right.
And I was like, man, y'all heard that new M? And it was just like, have we heard it? He said, bro, we got it on pause. We just put it on pause so we can talk to you to pick you up from the bus station. He's like, here you go right here. It's like, oh man, like yeah. Nah, I mean, that's how it was in VA. You know, it was yeah.
And that's the one thing I can respect about growing up in Virginia, at least on the Northern Virginia side or whatnot, because there is two different Virginias. There's Northern Virginia and then the Southern Virginia, and then the rest of Virginia nobody cares. But Northern, we got that connection because especially we had people come from all over the country to live in this area because of the jobs and because of the military and because of the federal government. So that was a beautiful thing about growing up in the DMV, in my personal opinion, whether you was in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, because we're all connected.
And not just that, a lot of the, I want to say our community, I would say a lot of the teachers that we had, majority of them were white, but, a lot of them wanted to see us succeed.
Right, exactly.
It was a diverse group of teachers that young man, we just want you to succeed. We don't want you out here doing all this and whatever. And I think that's why I always tell people all the time, they think, because, I usually just go off of my birth certificate, being that I've been everywhere. And they're like, man, you kind of different, are you sure you black? Like, like, are you serious? Like, what you mean? And it's like, well, I don't know, man. It's just like, but bro, I didn't grow up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Right. I lived there, but my family was all about getting out of there. Right. I wasn't out there busting guns and selling drugs. Like I was eating cereal and I was sitting in the front of my TV eating freaking Captain Crunch, waiting on freaking He-Man to come on. And exactly. I had my Ninja Turtles on the dresser and stuff like that. I was waiting for Brett the Hitman to fight Mr. Perfect and whatever. I wasn't doing all that. Like you plug it out. Like nah. What you thought? I woke up in the morning, I was just pitching crack? Nah, I wasn't doing that. Nah, man. My family was, smart enough and strong enough to keep me out of that kind of situation, whatever. So
exactly. Yeah. And that's how you was able to evolve. I mean, hey, you went to the Marine Corps, you survived that. I still makes me laugh that you was in the Marines, but you didn't go get deployed until you joined the Army National Guard.
I don't know that shit either. I didn't get it either.
How does that work?
You know what?
But like you said, I mean, us having that diverse background, it made us whole. And then, going out to the real world, you didn't feel uncomfortable because it's unfortunate. A lot of people feel uncomfortable when they get older being around various other communities and whatnot because they don't have that exposure. They had limited exposures growing up.
Truth be told, when I went out there, I was behind the wire. I didn't go out there and I didn't do any intense things or like bust down doors or whatever. But a lot of my eyes opened up a lot more when I got to Iraq because, not to hold you, there was this kid, there was one young kid that was hanging around, he was around our unit. He would come around all the time. He was from Iraq. And one of the sergeants, he gave him a New York Yankee hat. And I swear to God, this Yankee hat it really made him like he was on top of the world. This is a Yankee hat. You know what I'm saying? It's like $20 back here.
Right.
He saw it and he was just like, man, I'm gonna cherish this present.
Right.
And like, if you see how they live, they don't wear Rocawear, they don't wear Versace or Gucci or not all of them wear BMW. They're in a war zone.
Exactly.
So you out there and you like, man, like when I get back, I'm gonna get my rent paid up. I'm gonna get me cable. I'm gonna get me this and whatever.
Right.
They just trying to survive.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
That's real.
So when I got back, I got back. My eyes was open. I was just like, man, I just gotta appreciate everything. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm still somewhat materialistic, but I gotta appreciate what I have.
Exactly.
Versus what they're trying to survive,
Exactly.
or they're struggling to get like simple things like water, plumbing,
Right.
decent housing, and bruh, I swear to you, I never, yeah, I never appreciated life more until I got back home.
I believe it, and it's like, and I thank people for, like you for your service in regards to that, because like you said, it changes you no matter what, and like you said, it makes you appreciate life and a lot of things, and that's the thing. It's like being poor in America is like being rich in most countries around the world. People don't realize that they take the United States for granted, they take being in Europe for granted, they take being in Canada for granted. Being poor in other countries is really like, if you live in the projects, there are so many people that would love to switch places with you, that live in war-torn countries, that live in very poor, horrendous third world countries. They would trade places with you in a minute, and that's why a lot of people if one thing last year taught me is just to appreciate being alive. As much as I can't stand this pandemic, and I wish that things would open up and get back to normal, I appreciate being alive. Period.
You ain't lying. Like, and not to be funny, like, this COVID is getting a lot of the people that, when I found out Tiny Lister died, I was like, man, Tiny Lister was like, he was like Thanos to us. You know what I'm saying? When we was growing up, like, he's the toughest man, but even a guy that works out every day and, you know what I'm saying, he got muscle, whatever. I swear to you, every year you just sit there, you just appreciate everything for what it is.
That's it. I mean, and that is funny. People keep asking me what I want to do for my birthday. I said I ain't doing nothing because, one, I'm not trying to get sick, and two, I'm just appreciating being alive. I did it big last year. Before the pandemic. Thank God I was able to do it. But now it's just like I don't want to be around nobody unless I need to be. And this is my form of communication on online.
Bro,
I'm good right now, man. It's like I just accept the fact that what do you want for your birthday? I'm alive. That's what I want, and I got it.
And the thing is, L, you just speaking the facts, because a couple of friends, they would ask me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I just want the day off. I just want the day off. They was just like, what? You want the day off? And they thought I was bugging out when I said it. I said, man, I just want to just rest for a minute. Like, appreciate, soak it all up.
Have you a me day?
Yeah. A me day. A me day is like waking up, get breakfast, play video games with my son, talk to my daughter, and kiss my wife, and, take the dog out or whatever. Like, I don't really want to deal with the world. I just want to be inside my house. The fact that I'm alive and I'm breathing, like, I won't lie to you. Like, the one thing I don't usually do New Year's resolutions because I feel like they're bull crap, because you're trying to keep a promise to yourself that you can't keep.
Right.
But this year, since this year has started, I've gotten back in the gym. I wanted to at least fulfill one. Fulfill one out of the 20 that I made.
Out of the 20?
Yeah. Because I know 19 of them ain't coming into fruition. It ain't happening. I said, you know what? Screw this. I figure I give myself one cheat day a week and then go back to eating healthy and, run in on the treadmill. And because I see you, I see your mom, my cousin. Like, I mean, a lot of people that we knew back in the day, a good portion of them was scrawny, but now they got muscles. Like, I mean, golly. And I was like, man, I said, I got to start worrying about my health now.
And that's another thing, and it kind of blows me I'm glad that you mentioned that, because if last year didn't teach people that you have to take your health seriously, because a lot of people passed away from this COVID due to poor health. And your health is your wealth. You could have $1 billion. Don't matter. You know, I mean, one thing I can say, like, now Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, one of the richest in the U.S. He surpassed Jeff Bezos. I'm still trying to figure that out. But one thing that both of them have in common is they have a strict diet and they are very healthy. I mean, heck, I think Elon Musk had 2 strokes because he was working too much. Yeah, he stressed himself out.
And that goes back to what I was saying, brother. Like when they say, "What do you want for Christmas or your birthday?" I want the day off. Don't call me. Don't ask me nothing. I don't care. Don't call me. Don't ask me nothing. Don't. I just want to sit here, chill. You know, watch TV, play with my dog, probably read a magazine or a book or on the online or whatever. I said magazine. Holy shit! I'm showing my age.
I was to say, you going back in the day, man. It's funny when I even see a magazine at the grocery store.
Oh, read an article. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
Or press a link.
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you, man. I mean, like I said, last year taught me it's the simple things in life, because we took a lot of things for granted before this pandemic, you know. Just being able to go on a plane or go to a store or do whatever and not worry about catching the disease or catching the sickness. You know, we took that for granted. Didn't even realize it. You know?
Man.
So we took life for granted before. Like I said, this thing has humbled a lot of people. I'm not going to say everybody, but it's humbled a lot of people to say, hey, man, you don't ever take being able to go to another state or country for granted. Again, you know, don't ever take being able to go to a store, casino, concert, whatever. Be able to go out with your family and do something, and don't ever take that for granted.
I really, not to sound funny, I really wasn't believing this whole people walking in stores and taking up toilet paper like that. But my wife came home one day from Dollar General, Dollar General. She came back and I said, hey, babe, what's up? And she says, you wouldn't believe it. I said, what's wrong? She said, I was fighting to get through people in Walmart. I got the Dollar General because she kind of like bargain shops.
Right.
So she'll go to Walmart and get certain things, but then she'll go to Dollar General or she'll go to like a Save-A-Lots or whatever to get like certain items.
Right.
She said, man, I got the Dollar General. It was 6 pieces of toilet paper left, 6 rolls of toilet paper left. I grabbed it and this girl said, bitch, that was supposed to be mine. I said, what? And she says, yes. She said it out loud. My wife was like, oh, well. And I said, I mean, I know it's weird to say, but to fight over something like that, I swear to God, I'm scared to see what the next year is going to be like. I'm scared.
I've seen it. I mean, you know, what was it? Back in the summertime, a homeless guy put his hands on me, and I thought I was going to be on the 6 o'clock news. I'm like, I'm at the deli, and the manager of the grocery store sees this. So, you know, I'm just waiting for my meat, you know, getting some turkey meat and all that good stuff. And he said, hey, some guy comes to me, he looks dirty. I was like, okay, I don't like where this is going. Can I talk to you? I said, what's up? You know, I'm like, what do you mean, can you talk to me? What, are we dating? So anyway, he's like, hey, man, I got my daughter in the car, knowing he's lying because I seen this fool walking on the main road by himself. But okay, I'll play. Yeah, I got my 2 daughters in the car. Well, now, could you spare me $20? I said, I don't carry no cash on me. He's like, well, can you cash app it to me? So I'm like, you need $20, but you got cash app. There's something wrong with this picture. But I'm saying that to myself. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, if I'm truly homeless, I don't have a cell phone.
Yo, you sound like my pops. My pops texted me one day. He says, Troy, he says, the world going crazy. And I said, what you mean? He says, this homeless man was asking for money on the corner, but he got the brand new iPhone.
Bingo, amigo. That's all I got to say. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So have a nice day. and he put both his hands on my shoulder. I mean, on my arm. He's like, I know you got $20 you can give me, and I'm looking at him like, and I said, you need to get your hands off me.
Yeah.
He said, but no, man, I need this $20. I said, once again, you need to get your hands off me. And the manager came over and diffused the situation. And I'm just like, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't break the law. Why am I being about to be physically assaulted here? And why? And I can just see it now. Angry black man on the 6 o'clock news beats up a homeless dude.
Yeah, they're gonna blow that out of proportion.
I'm just like,
and
I mean, nothing bad happened, but it's just like, that's the world we live in now. You could just be minding your own business, and people are just looking for trouble, and it is insane.
Another way I look at that is, I don't really get now. Like, I get being homeless. Like, back then, people they was down on their luck.
Right.
But now, if you notice, people don't like to work for it no more.
A lot of people don't.
And when I say it, I'm not saying that for all homeless people, but I can say for a good majority of them,
right,
or just people nowadays. People do not like to work for their money. They don't like it. I swear to God, true story.
Mm-hmm.
I got out here to Kentucky, and I started working this job, and I know a lot of people might not look at that as much, but I was in North Carolina and I was making like $9.30 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a side job at the gas station where I was making I think I was making minimum wage.
Right.
I think I got like a quarter, like maybe a month after that. But me and my wife, we fell on hard times.
Right.
So her mom was like, come out here. Troy's got a good background. We can get him a job out here. So we get out here. So I got this job at where I'm at right now. It's a restaurant. And, a lot of people used to, I would go there, go to work, and I'm just giving it my all. Because, our family, they always taught us, like, your mom, my grandmother, my father, they go to work. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was no, I'm going to get up late and then bullshit it, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got to the point I was doing good, and a lot of people ask me, they say, why you put your all in this job? Why you care about this job so much?
I hope you guys enjoying this conversation with my brother from another mother. Just wanted to say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the program, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or definitely on YouTube. And definitely don't forget to check out, if you are interested in being a part of the cryptocurrency team, Gold Standard Partners, the G999, where we're buying cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and we're referring others to do the same thing. It's a great opportunity for not only for you to invest in Bitcoin if you want to, but you can actually make money off of the group of people that you help register as a referral marketing when they buy Bitcoin and possibly other packages and all that good stuff. This is not financial advice. It's just an opportunity for you to look into something to help you make a little extra money while being an investor all at the same time. Thank you and have a great day, and continuously make money moves.
I really didn't understand the question.
They asked you that question?
And that's why I was trying to add on to that homeless story or whatever. A man don't want to work for it no more. And I was talking to my supervisor the other day. Me and him, we was just talking about work in general, about the new generation of working. And I said, I can't believe a person sat here asking me why I would put my all into a job, knowing I have everybody on my job knows I have twins.
Right.
They know I have an oldest son.
Right. You have responsibilities.
Yeah. Why is that? Where does that come from? Why would people ask that?
Because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Add, because
I mean
it confuses me.
Let's just put it like this. You have a lot of spoiled people out here, whether they have a lot of money or not. Our generation and the younger generation, a lot of people, and I'm not saying all, have been spoiled to think that they shouldn't have to do any sort of real work. They think the only real work that should be done is with them putting something on social media. and then they wonder why. They still try to figure out how somebody who can barely speaks English is not only able to buy real estate but can open up a business, a successful business.
Okay.
And it's really boils down to work ethic. Now, a lot of homeless people have mental health issues, so I know for them they need help. And I think the gentleman I was dealing with, I think he had some because he got. I see him a couple of times, and I saw he finally ended up getting arrested and whatnot because he physically assaulted somebody. But you have a lot of people that are just, they just don't really want to put the work ethic in. I mean, when it comes to really anything, even if they do have a job, they want to only put in 30%. And they don't even realize if you put 30% at a job, you're going to put 30% in everything else in life.
Yeah.
Even if you enjoy something, like say if you want to be a music artist and whatnot, you got to put 500% into being a music artist. You want to be an actor or actress. You want to be a YouTuber, whatever. You got to put way more energy into that than you would have to putting it into a job. So why not put 100% into everything that you do, whether you like it or not, so you can keep that same work ethic? That's the thing.
But see, and it's not, and you're right. You are definitely right. That's the drive that, that our mentors had versus the drive now is just, it's not there. It's just, I want to get high. I want to get drunk. I want to, not do anything. I'm not coming into work tomorrow. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I don't understand that. And then at the end of the day, you wonder why you don't have nothing.
And for a lot of people, it's cool to be a bum, Troy. I mean, I'm just going to call it like I see it. A lot of people, it is cool to be a bum. And they want people like you and me that work hard for us to basically take care of them. But for a lot of people, it's cool to be a bum. And we live in a time frame where if you got hustle, you can be successful. The beautiful thing about Cash Apps and PayPals and whatnot, that you got digital money all over the place now. That you can make, why do you think I do the online thing now? I make money from my store. I get donations and whatnot.
I wish I would have knew about that Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's like, I found out about that back in 2017. I started buying it. Look where it's at today. And I just started buying $10 of it a month, little fractions of it, not the whole. Look at it now. Yeah. But it's just about the people see, I consume a lot of podcasts and whatnot because I'm not around that many people. Like most of my friends now, I call them my digital friends because I never see them in person anymore. It's about the circle. If your circle is always talking about some stuff that ain't got to do with making any money moves, then you ain't gonna make no money moves. And some people, sometimes the bad thing about having a job is that people become very complacent. And they don't think there's anything else beyond that job. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being a good employee, giving a good work ethic for your boss, completing your tasks, giving your all. But you got to know, especially nowadays, that there's something beyond the hills. We don't live in a time frame where you work at one job for 30 or 40 years. Those days are done. And I don't think a lot of people, it's not clicking in their mind. The beautiful thing about social media is there's a world outside of your little town that you live in or big city you live in.
You ain't lying. You are not lying. Because when I seen that vacation you took in Cali, I said, man, he's standing next to Schwarzenegger. What's I'm here in a crawl space cleaning up shit. What the fuck? What's going on? I'm doing things all wrong. Like, what?
You're so stupid.
Yeah. Nah, and that's why I was saying, that's what I was telling you. Like, I found out you was on a property, you was doing that. That's why I had called you that day. I was like, bro, like, I know we usually chop it up and we usually say like, hey man, how's it going? Whatever. But no, I had to give that first 5 minutes to you. I was just like, bro, you are really doing it. Like, bro, you on property? Bro, I gotta fight my family for the bathroom, B.
You're so stupid. I ain't messing with you. Well, speaking of which, are you guys still looking to get your property now that it's like the best time to buy in a sense?
We are. There's just things that we're trying to situate. It's not something I want to talk to you about on live.
Yeah, got you. It's
personal family.
Yeah, that's the conversation for another day.
But no, don't get me wrong. and not to throw it out there, you aren't the only one who's thrown me like ideas or whatever. Like,
right.
I had one friend that I know out here in Kentucky. She likes my work ethic or whatever, and
right.
She just texted me out the clear blue. She was like, "Hey, you want to start a food truck in Florida?" I'm like, "Where the hell that come from?" She's just like, "I don't know, man. You can seem like the kind of person that would get it on." And the thing is, I was just like, "Let me hit you back." And it wasn't like I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, "Man, a food truck in Florida, like, man, that's a good idea." Like, yeah. And I've had offers from you. I have a homeboy in Louisiana, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to get a lot of this stuff here situated. I talked to you about that on a personal level, but
yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, the beautiful thing is, that you got options, and to me, that's freedom. When you have options, you don't have to stay stuck. Because a lot of people end up living miserable lives because they don't have options, and they don't even like the fact that you have somebody reaching out to you and say, "Hey, man, you ever think about Florida? You ever think about Louisiana? You ever think about Texas?" That's a good circle of people to have in your corner, man.
No, you want to know another thing is not just the personal issues, but I think I don't feel like I have that business mind or business savvy.
Right.
Like, as messed up as it may say, I've grown up being a worker.
Right.
Versus the guy that says, or matter of fact, I've grown up being the player rather than the owner of the team. You feel what I'm saying?
Got you.
And I've had people tell me numerous times, not numerous times. I've had a couple people, maybe one or two people tell me like, "Bro, you're showing your own business. You just do this, you just do that." And it's not that I wouldn't want to do it. I just wouldn't. I'd hate to fail at it. Like, I wouldn't. I think the biggest thing is I wouldn't really know where to begin. Wouldn't know.
One thing I will say is, if you want to, I would take like an online class that's very cheap to give you the 1, 2, 3 step guide. Then 2, obviously you can talk to me because I own 3 businesses. So I can give you the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't lie, LJ. You own monopolies. You don't own businesses. Don't say anything lie to me, B.
I ain't there yet. I'll get there. But yeah, it's like a person like me and the other people we can help guide you, give you some mentorship and whatnot. It's not that hard. It just depends on what kind of business you want. Because the thing is, nowadays, especially when you have a job, you want somewhat of an autopilot business to where you put time into it, but the risk isn't that big. You're going to fail at it because one thing, and I've had to tell this to myself, when it comes to business, it's like a job in the beginning. You fail at any job you get because you have to learn the do's and the don'ts. So business is the same way. A person could have a master's degree in business administration and still not know how to run a freaking business. Yeah, because it's experience. It's like it's like being a parent or being a spouse. You have to go through the motions. You got to see what works. It's trial and error. So you have to fail at it in a sense. Just to me, as long as you don't lose your shirt to where you're homeless, I think you're doing all right. But you just got to find out what kind of business you want to do, see if you're passionate about it, and then go from there.
And that's the one thing that really bothers me is because me and my wife, I can't say that we were homeless, but we had almost hit that point to where we almost were.
Gotcha.
And the fact that happened and not being able to provide for my family, I can't put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying? I want to really, it's kind of like, I would want to do it. I was telling my wife, because we still rent.
Right.
And being that I work in restoration, I see a lot of things that people have to go through. When, your water heater busts or your basement floods or whatever. So when we were talking about it, I was telling her, I said, "Yo, if we get a house, we got to have at least half the money of what we paid for that house." And she was just like, "Why you say that?" I said, "Babe, the insurance, these insurance companies, depending on which one you pick, You know, they're not really trying to pay out for anything. They're gonna give you the bare minimum.
They're basically a scam in a sense. Yeah, it's like you know what it is. Everybody knows. You deal with the insurance company, they're gonna give you the bare minimum. That's what it is. But that's why when the bank gives you the loan, and this is just me going off of common sense here, they're only going to give you the loan if you have. The reason why they want you to have good credit because they want to be, they know something bad's going to happen to the house.
Yeah.
Okay. That because that's just something. It's a house. It's going to require maintenance eventually, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. The thing is, when something goes wrong, okay, you might not have the cash on hand, but you got enough available credit so you can pay for it, like the water heater. Like when the stove goes out or the gas goes out when the heater or the air conditioner, you know what it is, or the roof leaks. So that's what it is, because
like when you rent a house, you just call the landlord and they go in there and do it.
Right.
And I'm telling her, I said, like, the stove go out, we are the landlord. I got to go and buy a new stove. I got to go pay for the refrigerator line and whatever the case may be.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it depends on the insurance policy that you get with your house. You can get, you pay a little bit more monthly, but you can get that kind of insurance policy. But you're in the business that when the stove goes out, they pay for it. At least they'll pay for half of it.
Well, in my business, they don't pay for whatever the appliance did. Well, they don't pay for the appliance. They pay for what the appliance, what kind of damage that appliance did to it. Yeah. You got to come out of pocket for that appliance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I figured that was the case. I mean, it's if it's not one thing, it's another. But I mean that it's on you. I mean that's why I created the LarrysAnythingGoes brand. It's like people don't realize how important it is. You got to have nowadays. It's a must. Multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
It ain't no arguing about it anymore. You have to. It's like because hard times will come, but the upside, the upside of you owning a business, especially if you and your wife did it together, you know what I mean? Both your names are on it. The tax write-offs you guys would get would be insane. And the beautiful thing is, like a lot of people never own, like you heard of Grant Cardone, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't own his real estate, but he's a real estate mogul. He doesn't believe in owning real estate because if you own, you get more tax write-offs as a business owner than you do anything from being married, having kids, or owning a house. You get more tax write-offs than the law will allow. So that's why more people are doing it, even if they're self-employed business owners, because even like a buddy of mine, Ronald Samuel, real good guy, smart guy, he rents, but he gets a lot of tax write-offs because he owns 2 businesses. And it's a home-based business. So even though it's out of a place you don't own, he still gets the tax write-offs of his internet, his cable, his light bills, whatever.
I don't know for sure if it was you who posted it, but I was watching an interview with T.I. And I can't remember the lady's name. She was real smart. She was schooling him on business ownership.
Right.
And me and my wife, who was watching it, and she said something like, one thing you do as a business owner, once you get the business, employ your family.
Bingo.
So, yeah. So you employ the family.
Yep.
And she was just like, take a trip to Disney World. And T.I. was like, what you mean? He's like, take a trip to Disney World. He's like, you can claim that on your taxes because that's a business trip that you're taking. You out there scoping it. Yes. And I was like, what?
The plane tickets, the rental car, the miles, the meals.
What?
Yes. The hotel, everything. Every time I travel, it's a tax write-off because I am doing business. So that's when I was like, matter of fact, one of the best things I can say about Donald Trump being president for me is that
he was for the business.
Right.
He was for the business owner. I'm not going to lie about that.
I had to step my game up. I was like, you know what? I always wanted to get in business. Now is a great time to do it because now business owners are getting way more tax write-offs than they ever have been.
Yeah. He was for the. I'm not gonna lie. I don't agree with a lot of what he does, but he made sure business owners was getting theirs.
Right, because he's a businessman.
I think what Chappelle, that stand up he did, he's like, he's not fighting for you, he's fighting for me. Yeah.
So yeah.
And I didn't understand what he was talking about until, you know, I don't read a lot, but when I was looking at the articles, I was like, oh, okay, so that's what it is. A lot of the business owners, they're not really paying taxes like that. I mean, they're really pocketing most of the money that they're putting into it. So
exactly.
yeah.
So and that's what it is. Yeah, as far as, you know, employ your whole family, yeah, and then you can pay.
Yeah.
You know, you can pay your kids, you know, a certain amount of money that, you know, comes from the business and whatnot. Now they obviously can't do taxes and whatnot, but hey, you get it. That's all a tax write-off for you. And you as a business owner, that's considered an expense because you have employees.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Before I jump off, say what's up to your nieces and nephews. Say, hey, Uncle LJ.
Hey, Uncle LJ.
Hey, how you guys doing? Happy New Year. She's like,
yeah, bro. I gotta jump off. They gonna get mad as hell if I don't jump into doing whatever the heck they doing.
Okay, man. Appreciate you jumping on tonight, man. We gotta do this again. It's always a pleasure, brother.
No problem, bro. I'll probably try to call you Sunday because I'm on call tomorrow, but I'll try to holler at you.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Have a great night, man. Tell your wife said hello.
I will. Peace.
Take care, brother. All right, family. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was chopping up my brother from another mother. Like I said, we go way back, like 2 flats on a Cadillac since elementary school. So it's always greatly appreciated. It's been a great live. Thank you, Troy. This is why I come on. I want to be able to talk to people and whatnot. I hear myself talk enough on these videos and whatnot. I come on live because I want to engage people. This is my new friendships is on the digital community and whatnot. And he's doing great out there with his family in Kentucky. He's a great veteran. He was, like I said, he was in the Marine Corps and the Army National Guard. So he's a great serviceman to the United States of America. And I have a lot of respect for all service members of the United States of America. So thank you guys for your service. On that note, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to upload this to Facebook and YouTube when I'm done. All right. So have a great night and thanks for tuning in. Take care.